I don't know about buying a deck that will be nerfed in a few weeks. Oh, I don't know about buying the Tier 0 deck that is one of the main decks of Rain's World that will get continuous support throughout the year that's gonna get nerfed. I don't know. I don't know about buying what will be the most supported deck of the entire year of Duel Links, but I don't know. It's gonna get nerfed, but I don't know about buying, you know. I don't know. It only costs like 5,000 gems to get a playable version of the deck, and I probably have all the cards because I've been playing Duel Links for like 5 years, but, you know, I don't know. What up, Daily Gang? Daily Kamel here, and today we're going to be building Salamangreat, and I'm going to be trying to share some of my philosophy on why I think you should build it. Salamangreat have done something that no other deck in Duel Links have ever done before in becoming a Tier 0 deck on release, being a part of the new world, and using the new summoning mechanic in the game, which is also shaping up to be very strong. Salamangreat right now are in a insanely good position, along with the knowledge that we know we're going to be getting more support for Salamangreat throughout the year because it is an anime deck. We have a character. Hopefully we'll be getting some new skills with them as well throughout the year. So there's a lot of avenues for Salamangreat to improve. But, you know, on the other hand of that, there also is the likely chance that the deck will be getting nerfed on the ban list at competitive junction points throughout the year, which are usually the KC Cup, notably the KC Cup that is coming up. So what I wanted to do is build Salamangreat step by step, and at the end of the video, I'll kind of share why I think the deck is going to be time-proof through the year, and it will be able to play through banlist early, and I'm going to be open and honest with you with my feelings about this deck's place in the current ecosystem of Duel Links. But before we get into it, I just want to say that I do think that Salamangreat is the best deck for any new player of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or any returning player that is coming back to the game. So this is going to be a new player friendly video. I'm going to show you guys how to build Salamangreat completely free to play because I did it here. This is my alt account and I built Salamangreat from scratch on a new account. So we're going to be going step by step in each part of the way and show you guys what to do. But before we go into each step, I just want to give you guys some preliminary information about what resources you have access to on a new account. So on a new account, you should go here to the information tab because here you're going to get information on the current campaigns that are going on, and we're going to see here that we do actually get a lot of stuff from this 5th anniversary campaign. We get Monster Reborn, a UR Dream ticket, and an SR Dream ticket, and a skill ticket, and some gems. From this one here, the New World release, we do get 1,000 gems, and we get 2 Dream tickets as well again, and we get 10 packs and a guaranteed UR from the new box, which is going to come in handy because we're building Salamangreat and we're going to be buying that box. And then the new campaign, the 7 billion card download, which just got added, is a really good campaign, and we're going to revisit it. It also gives us a Dream ticket, but also has something else super important that we're going to revisit later in the video. So all these campaigns accumulate to you having about 5,000 gems on the very start of your account, and then as you level up the stages, which you will have to do in order to, you know, completely build this deck, you're going to get another, like, you know, I would say 3,000 to 4,000 gems to spend on whatever else you want. So without further ado, let's get into our first step, which is going to be buy Link Revolution packs. So I've got some footage of when I bought packs, so let's go check that out. What's up, guys? Daily Kamel here, and we are gonna build Salamangreats from scratch on a new player account. I do believe that it is probably one of the best ideas to build the new best deck as a new player, since it's all available in one box, plus some farming has to be done. So we're gonna see what we have to do. So I'm actually gonna do a risky thing that I normally do not do here. I'm gonna reset early because I managed to get Salamangreat Circle and Lady Debug in the first 20 packs of this box. Now I only have 5,000 gems now. It's not going to make a huge difference. 20 packs is ultimately going to come down to chance, so I'm going to reset because I do want 3 Circle, and if possible, I'd only like to go through the box one more time. So we are just going to spend 500 here, and we're going to try to get as close to we can get with a Salamangreat deck, and we've got 2 circle, just like that. Let's hope we see some other good pulls, some Signet Mining, some Heat Lyles would be very nice. There's our 3 circle, very nice that we got that already. Get that out of the way, won't be getting any more duplicates of that. Nothing here. Come on, man, let's get something, let's get something. Oh my gosh, Dark Magician cards, jeez. We did get the World Chalice Warrior, which is actually pretty good in Salamangreat, and we're going to get another one, Drink on that. Pot of Duality, not going to be utilizing those cards, really. Let's see what else we can get. Oh my gosh, we're getting into the dead water. Oh my gosh, dude, what the heck? This is crazy. We're going to be playing the Salamangreat deck with Ningirsu as the boss monster at this rate. Okay, we get a Heat Lyo, we get Decode Talker, and we get Dogoran. So, from this, what else do we need from this box? We need Signet Mining, which looks like it's going to be at the bottom 10 packs. Oh my gosh, this is just absolutely rough. Are we really not going to get Signet Mining? No, we won't. So, from this, we spent like 5,000 gems on this box total. What do we not have that I think we would want? Well, we have Heat Lyo, we have Ningirsu, we have our 3 circle. 1 Lady Debug is what I've seen being played in the 20 card versions of this deck, so this is not too bad. All we are missing is Signet Mining, which is very unfortunate. Of course, we're going to dig in this box a little deeper so we can get 1, but I do think our Salamangreat deck will only be running 1 Signet Mining. So let's see what else we could do to buff this deck up. I don't even have Vrain's World unlocked yet, so we're going to have to do that and throw some cards together and see what we can create. Alright guys, before we move on to the next part, I just want to tell you it's been a while since I recorded that, and we did get our Signet Mining, so we did get a happy ending. So, our next step is going to be to level up Soulburner. Now, to unlock Soulburner, I believe you unlock all of the stages of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links at around stage 8 or 10. Someone can tell you in the comments, but once you level up Soulburner, you need to level him up to at least level 23. This is where all of his mandatory rewards are. The reason we want to go to 23 is because we do need Salamangreat Gazelle and Salamangreat Roar in our decks. They are pivotal parts. They are the strongest cards in the deck. Now, you can level up your deck to 30 for the gems. The 3rd Jaguar is nice in decks that play more cards, but 2 Jaguar and 2 Sunlight Wolf is going to be enough for our deck. So now I can show you what my deck will look like with just cards from the box and cards from Soulburner. Here it is. I just put in a couple other things to fill out the deck list, and yeah, this is it. This is our extra deck, just stuff we got from the box. This is in the box as well, Little Chimera. So now that we have all of our level up rewards, we're going to go on to the next step, which is going to be obtain drop rewards with tickets. So I'm going to show you guys what campaign we're talking about, and then we'll get into that. We're going to be talking about the 7.77 billion downloads campaign. I've got it right here. So we're going to go pull those tickets. Okay, guys, so here we have the 7.7 billion cards distributed celebration campaign. So each one of these tickets that you pick up, you will be able to utilize them for your new Link Vrain's era cards. In this case, we're going to be using them on our Salamangreat cards. So let's log into Duel Links because that is when you will get that reward. Let us log in. It's going to tell us our regular shenanigans, and then we're going to go right up here to our tickets. We're going to exchange tickets. I've got one from yesterday that I need to use as well. It is right over here, 7.7 billion cards. And then I'm going to type in Salamangreat. And this is going to allow me to get the Sanctuary or the Foxy. Now, we do get 3 SR tickets, and you're basically going to want to use this on 1 Sanctuary and 2 Foxy. You can play with 1 Foxy, but, you know, some decks do play with 2, so I'm going to pick up my Sanctuary first. And did I get another SR ticket? I believe I will have to wait until tomorrow for my final SR ticket, which will give me a ticket for my Foxy. But right now I do have another 7.7 billion download ticket, and I can use this right here. And I'm going to be able to use this on another Salamangreat. And I'm going to pick up my second Salamangreat Bale Links with this. You can see I already picked up one. I got a prismatic ticket from the previous day, and now I'm going to use this glossy one on the second Bale Links. So now let's add these cards to our deck, and let's see what it looks like afterwards. Alright, so here's our deck with the farm cards included. I've got my Foxy here, my Salamangreat Sanctuary here, and I've got my 2 Bale Links in my extra deck. So that's going to do it for farm cards, and honestly, that is the toughest part that was recently made extremely easy because of the gift campaign. Before, you would have had to farm it, so thank you, Konami, for that. I really do appreciate y'all. Our next step is going to be buy Galaxy of Photon packs. Now, come out. Why would I buy Galaxy of Photon packs? Well, let's go take a look. Okay, so here we are at the shop. So you want to click on Photon of Galaxy. I'm going to show you exactly why we want to buy this pack. So there are 3 important things that we want here, and they're all Xyz monsters. So Xyz monsters are the other thing that Salamangreats are very good at doing, and it will help you more so in when you get to the higher points in the ladder where you're facing up against other decks that really utilize these strategies, and it'll help you a lot in tournaments if that is your thing. So the 3 things we do want an SR number 70 Malevolent Sin. This card simply wins you games. It requires 2 level 4 monsters, and your Fowl and your Jack Jaguar are both level 4, and these are the 2 monsters that you really want to just be having out the most and spamming. Falco and Lady Debug are also level 4, so it makes it very easy to make. Steel Swarm Roach is just a little more niche. However, if you don't get Abyss Dweller, Steel Swarm Roach is not bad. It will also come up every now and then on the ladder, just negating the summons of level 5 or higher monsters. You know, Blue Eyes is another really good matchup against this deck. They will simply not be able to summon Blue Eyes. It is very nice. Another card that is very good, is probably the best card in this box. It's Abyss Dweller. This is going to allow you to negate all graveyard effects on either player's turn, which makes it super duper powerful when you're against another Salamangreat player, because Salamangreat does make a lot of graveyard plays, and it's also useful against a lot of matchups against decks that might normally beat Salamangreat if you don't have such a good start. Again, like Blue Eyes, you know, they have those really big attack point monsters, and they use the graveyard to bring them out easily. Abyss Dweller, not going to allow that to happen. Abyss Dweller is just going to negate any card effects that activate in your opponent's graveyard. Super good. This is actually a tip that I got from someone in the Twitch chat when we were streaming. I was going to use my dream tickets on some of these cards, but they said no, this is a mini box, it's 100 packs, just go in and get these 3 really good Xyz monsters, and there's some other stuff that you can slap in your deck if you just have Salamangreats. Now I'm going to try to get my Abyss Dweller here. Let's see if we get it. We didn't get it. Okay, so we bought our Photon and Galaxy packs. You can decide how long you want to stay in this box. I would say that Malevolent Sin is a must get from this box, and then Abyss Dweller is the other really big pickup that you want to get. So our next step is gonna be, boom, use dream tickets on back row removal. So let's go take a look at dream tickets. So one thing that actually doesn't change about Duel Links is that the back row removal cards, or the very impactful cards that destroy back row spells and traps, they're always in very undesirable boxes. So Cosmic Cyclone is a very powerful one. That was the most used back row removal card before Mystical Space Typhoon was added to the game, and this is a valid option for your dream ticket. Some people like to use Cosmic Cyclone because a lot of spell and trap cards now are being added with effects that can activate when they are destroyed, or activate when you banish them from the graveyard. Cosmic Cyclone lets you circumvent that completely, because you will banish the card when you activate it instead of just destroying it. So Cosmic Cyclone, if you don't mind paying the life points, is a very good choice. Now, if you don't want to pay life points and you just want a card that just says, you know, destroy, you can then go for Mystical Space Typhoon. This is the newer, most used back row removal card, and it's also good. However, it will just destroy a spell and trap and not banish it. So in those situations where they do have something that maybe can be brought back from the graveyard, or if you destroy a back row that can be activated in the graveyard or is activated when it's destroyed, you will be proccing that effect. So it is honestly preference at the end of the day. So you can see that I have used 2 of my dream tickets on Mystical Space Typhoon, and this is my 3rd dream ticket here from the 77 Billions download campaign. Now, with your 3rd dream ticket, as you will have a 3rd dream ticket, you can make some choices. You can either go for a 3rd back row removal card, or you can get a card that a lot of people are playing right now. A lot of people are playing DD Crow. This will allow you to, during either player's turn, banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. It is insanely good against Salamangreat. It is the main card to counter Salamangreat decks. You simply banish their counter trap from their graveyard, and they won't be able to utilize it for the entire duel. Or when they're trying to use one of their graveyard effects to extend, you banish their target from the graveyard so that they cannot summon any more monsters. This is very good. You can also banish Banlist from the graveyard to remove their protection. It's super good against DD Crow. And it's also very good against other decks. Just off the top of my head, Shark Xyz, they use the new skill with the new trap. You can banish the trap out of the graveyard with DD Crow before they can even activate it. So this is an extremely good card. A must-have for tournaments on the ladder. You will definitely win more games with this card in your deck. The other card that I was considering is Needle Sealing. This is a very old card from the Valiant Souls main box, but it is a trap that has only increased in value since then. And it says when there are 4 face-up monsters on the field, destroy all face-up monsters. Now this card is extremely good because Salamangreats have Salamangreat Balings, which in the graveyard will protect all of your Salamangreat monsters on the field when you activate Needle Sealing. This is something that other decks simply do not have access to, and this card is essentially a free board wipe if you are even allowed to get off one single Link summon. And if you're looking for something else in your extra deck, maybe a little extra power, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon is another generic level 4. Its effect is a little less impactful than the other rank 4s we're playing, but it is also a win more card. This just says detach 2 materials, target a face-up monster, its attack becomes half, and then you gain that attack. Very, very simple. It is just a card that will boost up its attack to help you win the game if your opponent has a very low attack point monster, because that is more common now in Link era, because a lot of people leave their extenders on the board. Maybe some of them have to be left in attack position. That's basically just food for Dark Rebellion. Dark Rebellion is also good at being a very high attack point monster. Salamangreats usually lack high attack points, so Dark Rebellion is an easy rank 4 that you can make to just get over any threat that you see. So honestly, I think that is going to be it for dream tickets. There are cases that you guys can make for some other UR dream tickets, but I don't think I have any more UR dream tickets. Let's go to the SR ones. There are a couple things here. I have some leftover ones. So I did use an SR dream ticket on Malevolent Sin, and I believe that if you wanted to call my bluff, you wanted to say that Photonic Galaxy was a bad box to go and you don't want to do that, you can use your dream ticket, SR dream ticket on Malevolent Sin. SR dream tickets have become way less valuable than they have in the past because SRs are usually reserved for, archetypal cards. They're usually used for archetypal stuff, and, not too many banger spells or traps get put in the SR slot anymore, but there are a couple. Double Magical Arbite is a very old one. Tribute 2 monsters, then target 2 of your opponent's monsters. You control them until your end phase. This is a really old card that's been seeing some play in Salamangreat lately. If you're a returning player, you don't have it, that would be a good pickup. Karma Cut, also generally useful. The first Salamangreat builds were playing this card a lot. Discard a card, target a face-up monster, banish it, and then banish any others from the graveyard. Again, very good in Salamangreat. If you're able to catch your opponent with a Giant Jaguar or Balings on the field, discard a card. These cards are pivotal in the graveyard, and you are just removing them from the game. Very, very nice. There is also the very, very hated Treacherous Trap Hole, which also sees play in this deck, and it is a good pickup. A lot of people are playing other traps in their decks as well, so it may not be great, but some people are also playing trap cards like Crackdown and Fiendish Chain that remain on the field so that they don't have to worry about Treacherous Trap Hole not being active. Treacherous is just going to destroy 2 monsters when you have no traps in your grave, and this is extremely powerful. Again, Salamangreat is the only meta deck right now that has on-spot protection for all monsters. Anything else in the game right now is dying to Treacherous, so this is also a very good pickup for your SR Dream ticket if you were considering it. One more thing. Forbidden Chalice. Not amazing right now or in Salamangreat, but it is always very good to have, and if you're lacking slots in your deck where, you know, maybe you have other stuff already and you just need something to pick up, Chalice is a very good super rare. Again, not much to look for in the super rares. So, you know, something like Chalice down the line, even something like, you know, Wall of Disruption is going to come in very handy if you have nothing else to get. It's very hard to get some of the other impactful trap cards right now. A lot of them are not in Dream Tickets. They're in a selection box right now. So let's move on right now. So this should be, we should be able to build our complete Salamangreat deck. Let's go check it out. Okay, guys, so here is my finished, quote-unquote finished Salamangreat deck right now. So let me just break it down for you. First, we're using the skill Rise from the Valley of Flames. We don't have to use this skill. Right now, I do have the cards to switch to the Ties That Bind, which has proved to be the better skill for this deck on average, because we do have Heat Lyle. Sealed Tombs is also a very good option. But yeah, let's go around. So we do have our Gazelle, our Debug, all of our box cards, Foxy from the ticket, Salamangreat Sanctuary from the ticket. We've got our 2 Mystical Space Typhoons from our Dream tickets. We got Warning Point from the box. I plan on replacing this with either Treacherous Trap Hole from the Dream tickets, or maybe even Needle Sealing if I decide to go into that box when there is a half-price gem sale going on. The recent one just ended. I put in Monster Reborn just to fill a slot, but I can honestly probably take this out for a trap card or a DD Crow when I get it. And 2 Enemy Controller are going to be my semi-limited card just because I did not invest into Treacherous Trap Hole yet. I'm still debating on that. So as for changes to the main deck, the only thing that I would do is to add 1 DD Crow that I would get from the selection box, and perhaps consider adding Treacherous Trap Hole over Enemy Controller in the later stages. So that is the main deck. As for the extra deck, we do have everything we need. I did spend 1,000 gems on the selection box just to see if I would get Crackdown, and then ended up getting Security Dragon. So again, the selection box is a gamble, but if you're a brand new player, 1,000 gems, you can definitely waste it. I spent 1,000 gems on the selection box and still got the whole deck and my tech extra deck cards as well. So think about it. Security Dragon is just a little win more, has a really nice bounce effect when you co-link it with your Sunlight Wolf. Ningirsu is an extremely powerful Link 3 monster, and it is better than Salamangreat Heat Lyle on average. And if you are playing Rise from the Valley of Flames, you do not have to play Heat Lyle in your deck because you will get one to your extra deck automatically. And then I'm also playing number 70 Malevolent Sin just because it is win more. So if you don't have the Security Dragon in my slot, I would just swap this with Steel Swarm Roach or the Abyss Dweller or Arc Rebellion. Oh my gosh, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Jeez. So I would replace it with that, and then that should be our complete Salamangreat deck. All right, guys, so this is just going to be like free basing for a little bit. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on Salamangreat and some of the arguments against buying the deck. So one of the main arguments about the deck is that the deck is currently tier 0 on the DLM tier list, and not many decks do hit tier 0 tier list. And when decks are tier 0, they are inevitably going to be hit on a ban list at some point in the future. Now, a lot of people are very afraid of this because in the past, Konami has outright gutted decks after they have been problems for many, many months on end. You know, we're talking about, you know, Black Wings, we're talking about Shiranui, we're talking about For Hire. Decks like this that were the undisputed best deck in whatever period that they were, and then they ended up getting so nerfed that they are just unable to compete with the new cards that come out. Now, I will say that, you know, that is a possibility, and I will also say that that idea has some credence because Konami has actually been being a little more stricter with their nerfs, I believe, than they have in the past. If you could just think, in this year, we had Phantom Knights and Burning Abyss, two very good meta decks that received back-to-back consistency nerfs, all within a few months, and now these decks, they simply cannot compete with Salamangreat. Not even Salamangreat, they had trouble competing with Rose Dragon when Rose Dragon was the best deck. So the New World didn't even knock those decks out. You know, they got power crept very quickly because of their back-to-back nerfs. Whereas, you know, somewhere in the past, that would not have happened. And that's part of where, you know, my reasoning comes in, because historically, when decks do become the best deck in Duel Links, we're talking Onomats, we're talking Resonators, they're the best deck to play, the first ban, the first nerf for the deck is usually something to test the waters and remove very powerful cards from the deck list. So we're talking semi-limited cards. So that is what is on my projection for the first Salamangreat ban list, a hit to semi-limited cards. Then, as the deck does still perform month after month in ladder, then we have the next KC Cup. Then in 2023, depending on the support that the deck gets, and if it gets a resurgence, you may or may not see another ban list. However, Salamangreat is a very, very unique case that has never happened before. It's an anime deck, let alone it is the main character's deck for this new world using the new summoning mechanic, and it is extremely good. I don't think that they want to really nerf Salamangreat into the ground in the first few months of the new world, because Salamangreat is the best performing Link deck right now, and the other Link decks, they're okay, but they are nowhere near as good as Salamangreat. If this deck falls, the whole summoning mechanic, I feel, is going to suffer, and I don't think that Konami wants that. We've seen that some of the latest support in the box is not totally reliant on Link summoning, but they are putting these boxes out that are going to have support that is not related to Link summoning, so that when these decks that are very targeted at characters and anime decks like Salamangreat, you want to get them because you know that the support is going to be viable. Like Braver Victory, not much related to Link summoning going on here. This is a synchro summoning box. But just like this deck is introducing new generic archetypes, I shouldn't say generic, but non-anime archetypes, the new boxes with anime cards, they're also likely going to come along with anime skills being released. You know, just look at Sakaki Yuya over here. You know, when did they get access to Zhangxie and Zhangxie Magician, dude? This is a lifetime mission reward, and this drastically improved the deck after the card support that they got was not really enough to push the deck forward. This skill ended up doing it, giving them free access to all the stuff on the field, as well as later releasing the cards in a box. Man, this really made this deck blow up. So I really want to see this kind of stuff happen for Salamangreat within the year, and it's because I think that there is a high chance that these things will happen later in the year. I don't think that you should pass up the opportunity being able to build this entire deck for 5,000 gems and only having to focus on spot support in the future. Of course, you know, granted, there's going to be another box dedicated entirely to Salamangreat, but you know, if you are committed to Salamangreat, you can spend your gems on this box, and then you can spend your gems on that box later, and you're going to constantly have one of the best decks in Duel Links. And I think that that is really worth it. You know, stuff like this has never happened before. You're going to be able to have the best deck on day one, and then you might be able to have the best deck all the way through the year, depending on how Konami approaches the ban list. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on Salamangreat as a deck, its future in Duel Links, whether you think it's going to get hit on the ban list, whether you think its time is short-lived, or if it's going to be around for a while. I feel like, you know, being able to build one of the best decks as soon as the world comes out is the greatest resource, and it's probably one of the greatest things that's ever happened in Duel Links, so I want everyone to be able to take advantage of it. So guys, if you liked the video and found it informative, please leave a like and subscribe to Daily Yu-Gi-Oh! We do content for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, Master Duel, and Cross Duel, and we do tournaments on Twitch. Join our Discord in the description so that you can get informed on when to join the tournaments and when we upload our videos. I'm DLE Kamel, guys. Peace out.